Forget about all the noise, it's the most valuable treasure ever recorded. That's 140% of the year's profits, even with 3 or 4 80% losses. This kind of asset has never been seen before. Give it as a gift. It's like the gods gave us AI right when we needed it the most. The whole point of what I've been saying is that we have been given something that can fix your future. Do that then. That's why it's not about liking or the cult thing. It's not about any of that. If I have 6 years to make as much money as possible, I want to own the asset with the best risk adjusted return. The second one is technology. It's still summer. We're pretty much where you'd expect to be in late summer when the weather is nice. In the middle of summer somewhere, the temperature is nice, it's simple to make money, and this is how things speed up around us election years. This is what I call the banana zone, where everything goes crazy, and in crypto the charts look like bananas standing on end because they go straight up. The next Bitcoin bull run could be 10 times bigger than the one we saw in 2016. This could be a huge event that only happens once. That will make the rise in 2016 look really small. That's what Real Vision CEO Raoul said most recently. Powell said in a recent interview that Bitcoin's growth isn't just a lucky break. The price has gone up an average of 140% every year, which shows that the results have always been amazing. Bitcoin is also a big deal in a world where most businesses are barely keeping up with inflation. Raoul Pal is sure that the next bull run will be the best ever, and he talks about why in this video. Stay with the video until the end to hear Raoul Pal talk about why this next bull run could be the biggest one yet, and how you can get ready to take full advantage of it. Hey guys. I want to let you know that not all of my users are actually subscribers. If you like keeping up with banking news, you might want to subscribe or like the video. You can back out at any time for free. Here is Raoul Pal's most recent take on Bitcoin. On a macro level, summer is when the economy starts to grow again, which speeds up markets, and growth again is likely to be falling or quiet. That's a great time because you can make money in a lot of different ways. Everything goes up: crude oil, gold, small caps, cryptocurrencies, tech, and more. That's where we are now. Because of this, the real impact normally grows faster in the summer, around and after the US election. In fact, that's when most markets do the best. So sometimes votes happen at certain times of the year, like in the first half or first part of the year. From there, it usually stays about the same for a while. That's what happened in tech and crypto, while the rest of the market caught up. Then there is the increase that lasts from the end of summer to macro autumn 2025, which is when the biggest gains happen. Okay, that's where we are. That time we were just getting started. What happened? Crypto went on a huge tear and then had that sideways consolidation. Tech also went on a huge tear and then had that sideways consolidation. It's now time for the money shot as the rest of the markets come up. It's still summer. Also, if you think about late summer, the weather is pretty nice. We are there in the middle of summer. The temperature is nice. Making money is simple. And this is every time there is an election in the US, things speed up and sound like they're in what I call the banana zone, where everything goes crazy and encrypted turns. The charts just go up and up, making it look like bananas standing on end. This is because they all have to refinance what amounts to $10 trillion in debt around election time and the year after. It has not been easy for the Fed to refinance. So it has been sending out short-term bills, which is basically a way to wait for rates to go down. You can refinance your rates once rates go down. It's like you don't want to change your mortgage when the rates are high, you want to do it when the rates are low. Just like the Fed did, you should put your money in a money market fund. Then they'll do that. So that time of very high liquidity tends to base the currency. China is putting out bells that sound like more stimulus. The US has begun the cycle of rate cuts that is going to drop a lot. The EU and the UK have both begun, and now the big game is a location. To sum up, I already said that crypto markets tend to go crazy. That is, the overall value of all cryptocurrencies on the market right now is about $2 trillion. In the end, it will be between 10 and 15 trillion. That's La La Land coming back. That is, after all, cryptocurrency gives you that chance. The Nasdaq has been dead on about this. That's why it keeps going. Whether the Nasdaq goes up another 20% to 50% or even more, We're not sure, it's hard to tell, but the gains are huge. The prices of goods will also go up. Also, let's see, precious metals have been going up. As the economy grows, all of its parts will do better and stocks will go up. As of now, inflation is not a problem. To pay for their bills, the central banks are lowering interest rates and making more money available. That's the perfect world. That's what crypto macro fall and macro summer are. It's pretty much market utopia. Rate cuts aren't really what they seem to be. The only real source of liquidity is money that central banks and governments put into the economy. In the US, we have something called Fed net liquidity. So, what are the three parts of that state level liquidity? In this case, the Fed's balance sheet and quantitative easing are to blame. Of course, they're still tightening, but not as much as before. The reverse repo is another type of deal. This is where banks put all of their money together. That means money is tight if it's big. They put the money into banks as soon as they start taking it out. The Treasury General account, which is like the government's bank account, is on the other side. Now, things are tight if someone has a lot of savings and isn't spending it, which is the case right now. However, as soon as they write checks, a lot of money comes into the system. In a way, that means that more money is coming into the system. In other words, if you make too much of something, its worth or purchasing power goes down. So it's not always true that you and I can borrow money more easily. It's not that, it's that more money makes countries less valuable. That's kind of what makes the private sector magic happen now, with things like M2 growth and private sector loan growth. They both work together though, because in a euro dollar system you can make dollars. Being a bank lets you make them appear out of thin air. As a result, there is a huge rise in money. People don't really get it though. Yes, your mortgage rate might go down a little, but what's really happening is something more sneaky that we don't see or fully understand: debasement. Our money doesn't change. As a result, the things we can buy get less valuable, and an asset is just spending that is put off until later. If you buy gold now, you hope to be able to sell it for more money in the future. This will protect your buying power. But you can't get as much gold now as you could a month ago or 5 years ago, because your wages don't go up at the same rate as these valuable things that change value when they become less valuable. Bitcoin's price dropped again after getting close to its all-time high of over $70,000 not long ago. This is partly because of an earthquake in China, which is making the market less certain. Analysts think that this event might be good for Bitcoin in the long run, though. David Brickell and Chris Mill, two analysts, think that Bitcoin could quickly hit new all-time highs because China is planning to take big steps to help its struggling economy. They think that these steps will bring a lot of money into the market, which will make assets like Bitcoin more popular as investors look for chances in the cryptocurrency market as the economy as a whole changes. Do you agree with this guess? Share your thoughts below. Let's listen to Raoul again as he talks more. A lot of people want justice for themselves. They want things to go wrong with the machine. To let you know I was right. You're making money. You're making prices go up. That's what you do.